The Herald of Finality, one of the bosses in Destiny's most important raid ever lore-wise. Who are they, and why are they randomly placed around the monolith of the Witness as it proceeds toward the final shape? Today we discuss and speculate. In the Salvation's Edge raid, you only face off against two bosses, the Herald of Finality and of course the Witness at the end. There's many different puzzles and secrets as you ascend towards the top of the monolith and face off against the big bad, but as you pass up through the finalized shapes of different beings, creatures, and statues, you'll come across one enemy, the Herald of Finality, in the second encounter. You would think the backstory of this enemy would be pretty important. Was it a close disciple to the Witness, or was it just an enemy protecting this location? We have no idea, but today we speculate on who they might be. Now, we talked about Taniks for fun in a recent video just because the similarities with their helmets and design is fallen, but a great theory that's been thrown around, I didn't come up with this, is that it could be Chelchis from the House of Stone. Chelchis or Chelchis was a fallen leader and Kel of the House of Stone. This was one of the many Eliksni houses back on Rees long ago. If you played Destiny for a while, you're familiar with various fallen houses like the House of Winter, House of Wolves, House of Dusk, but many others did exist like the House of Scar and even Stone here. We don't have straight up lore cards that detail the history of Chelchis, but we do have weapons and flavor text that we can piece together. Where is the Great Machine? Where is the Great Machine? Chelchis Kel of Stone. All is silent, nothing answers me, the hunger comes. This weapon was released in the Taken King raid, and is called the Doom of Chelchis. All Taken King weapons are victims of Oryx the Taken King himself. So what's been gathered is that this Kel of Stone was a legendary hero among the Eliksni that tried to stay behind during or after their whirlwind. Came into contact with forces of darkness and fell at the hands of Oryx, taken by his claws. Chelchis was called a hero crowned in honor. And the Broken Crown Warlock artifact from Destiny 1 said, Eliksni's songs still tell of Chelchis Kel of Stone, who stood before the Maw. But the light is not in all things. It has left us. Why look for the light when you can see so clearly who it favors? It was once in us, Mizrax reminds him. It could be again. Namrask remembers such a time across a vast and blood-soaked distance. Rees, I was there, you know, Namrask whispers. At the whirlwind. After Chelchis fell, I sent ships to follow the Great Machine. I abandoned all those houses that could not make war. I ordered my fleet to hunt the machine. Many rallied after us. Each ship began its own war with the humans, but maybe I was first. Recently, we talked about Kel'Garath's return and how many thought the Herald of Finality, the second boss in this raid, looked kind of like Taniks. Now, there was really nothing to back that up lore-wise, but what about Chelchis? As I said, I did not come up with this theory. I've seen it many different places, but it is intriguing. We don't have confirmation on this either, but the Herald of Finality must have been someone important, right? The only boss in this raid, one that protects the way up to the Witness. We do know this creature was an Eliksni, or built from one. The bottom half of their body has been taken, and the top half shaped into this new dread-looking form. So we could infer maybe this was a Taken enemy that was becoming a disciple or dread unit. We have seen other Taken like this before with this reddish color alongside the Taken parts. Look at characters like Quria Blade Transform, Malak, or even Ta'an from the Taken King. Taken enemies that still had some control over themselves, it would seem. Now the Herald is red like those other Taken enemies, but to me it kinda looks more like the texture of the Disciples like Ralk and Nezarek. Even the Dread like the Grim, so it may be in the process of being finalized into its perfect shape by the Witness. The definition of Herald, an official messenger bringing news. A person or thing viewed as a sign that something is about to happen. So in our case, an enemy that is a symbol of the final shape that it's about to happen if the Guardian fails. So in the end, we don't currently know who this important character is. Was it Chelchis, who stood against Oryx in the collapse of Rees, was taken, turned into a minion of darkness? Would be pretty cool. The boss might have went unnamed for now on purpose. The main focus of the final shape and its raid on defeating the Witness. Maybe that's why they only have one boss in the first place. Imagine 3 different bosses before you face the big bad Witness. It might have downplayed it a little bit. But it would be cool if there was some backstory maybe in a future lore card, and there could be many possibilities. It is cool though that it's partially taken, so it did seem to exist as its own entity before being changed and shaped. We know that Chelchis was seemingly taken, so that seemed like an interesting possible connection, but then again it could be any Elixni. Others have also pointed out that this seems to resemble the Berserker model from the Scourge of the Past raid. The model is very similar for certain parts of the body. These types of Berserker enemies were also found in the Final Shape campaign missions. But Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. Let us know who you think the Herald of Finality is in the comments down below. If you'd like to see some more Destiny lore and mysteries just like this, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.